it finishes Forest 3, Brentford 1. And at the end of the day, we always win. Welcome to the player ratings. Hi guys, hope you're all doing well and welcome to the player ratings, where it is finished. I think in a fantastic performance by Forest, where we won by 3-1. 2 goals from Chris Wood, 1 from Dan Doy, and a very dodgy penalty decision in my opinion. And we got a lot to talk about. Get your player ratings in as well. The link's pinned in the chat. Rate the players from 0 to 10, 0 being absolutely crap, 10 being unreal, and 6 being average, and everything obviously in between. And also take a quick second, make sure you've hit that like button, make sure you've subscribed as well if you are new. Thank you guys so much for getting us to 29,000. You guys are amazing. Are we live, by the way? We are live. Why am I not seeing the chat messages pop in? What's going on? What's going on here? Give me 1 sec. That's why. Okay, I'm just going to put that button on. All right, someone say hi in the chat. There we go. Big up, bro. What you saying? Forest, Wolfie, I think a few YouTubers will be stepping back now. Are we still getting relegated according to them all? I see you, Mark. Shout out to you. Okay, let me just give you a quick synopsis of the game. We'll try and get done by past because I want to see hopefully Arsenal beat Man United. But then again, Arsenal are title rivals, aren't they? So anyway, more importantly, what happened with Forest? I think from the Forest were brilliant today, as Carol says there. The passing was fantastic. The tempo is the tempo of the game that I really enjoyed, especially in the first 30 minutes of that game. The passing was crisp. It was anchored by one man, and that man was Sangare. And I ain't even going to tell you guys I told you so, because I think you guys can tell yourself that I told you so. Because he was brilliant. And what he allowed was Gibbs White to play higher up the pitch and deeper up the pitch, knowing that he had Sangare completely protecting it. Anderson doing his usual work rates. That midfield actually looked really balanced to me. And Sangare's passes were forward and crisp. They had pace on them. They were at the right angles going through. I thought Dan Doy came into the game. I think for 20 minutes he was a bit quiet. Comes into the game. Few little tricks, few bursts of pace to the byline, creates a couple of chances as well. And I thought Hudson-Odoi for me in the first 20 minutes was the one driving forward from those wings, really pushing Forest forward. It was fantastic performance all around. I think a lot of credit needs to go to Murillo. I thought Murillo quietly had a fantastic defensive performance as well. And let's not forget what Sells did. Sells had to make a big save in the first half as well. I think we were 1-0 up at the time. Good save. And I'm just in general very happy with that performance. Chris Wood, they told me he can't do what he did last year. He's already got 2 goals. So where's all the Chris Wood can't do it from all the ops channels and what have you? His finish, the first finish, was beautiful. Like, that was an instinctive striker finish. Fantastic finish. The second goal by Dan Doy, you've got to give full credit to Gibbs White. The way he turned from left back to right, whips the cross in, and Dan Doy, with a like almost diagonal diving header, gets to the ball. Beautiful finish. And then Chris Wood's third goal, loads of credit has to go to him, obviously, but also to Elliot Anderson for the quick, sharp ball through the field from the mistake. I can't remember who it was. It might have been Collins, I think. From them, picks the ball up, sharp pass through. Chris Wood goes round Kelleher, tips it round him, slots it into the net. I'm extremely happy with that. We saw 3 times the amount of goals in 45 minutes that we did in 7 whole matches. So, brilliant performance. So happy with it. I'm very happy. I said at the start of this match, as long as we get through this game, I don't care by hook or by crook, get 3 points. We've got McAtee coming in, Hutchinson coming in. You've got Douglas Luiz pretty much closer than close can be. More strength, because the bench, guys, was weak today. There was no real game changers on that bench. Now imagine, let's just say you start the same starting 11 against Palace. Then you're adding to the bench McAtee, Hutchinson, Douglas Luiz. Okay, Rico Lewis looks like he's changed his mind, but already the strength and depth sounds a lot better to me. So everything was fantastic today. Honestly, I have very few complaints, if any. But let's get into the player ratings. Now, we've changed it up a bit here just to make it a little cleaner for you. So what we'll do, we'll talk through each player. I'll tell you my score, then I'll bring up your score as well, and we can go through it like that. So hopefully the layout's nice and clean for you guys. Sells for me didn't put a foot wrong today, apart from his first slice kick, which led to nothing. I thought overall Sells had a solid performance. I wish he listened to me. I had a feeling on middle, but I got no problem with Sells' performance. I think he's a solid 8 out of 10 for me. Brilliant performance from Sells. Brilliant save as well. Couldn't do much about the penalty. It is what it is. Of course, how can I forget Cali Muendo as well? Wow. What a team. Let's see what you guys went for Sells. Ooh, 7.8. What are you guys saying to that? Does that look cleaner now? So I've got an 8, you got 7.8. I would say we're pretty damn close on those scores. So not bad, not bad. We're very close for once. Usually we're miles apart. All right, let's move it on to Einar. I thought his work rate today was fantastic. He looked a little tired after about 35 minutes. He felt he took a little break himself in the game just to get the oxygen back into his lungs. But he was up against their best player for me from a Brentford perspective. I thought Henry was their best player, and it was very seldom he got the best of him. In fact, the one time they got in the first half, it was Dan Doy that let him go. It wasn't Einar. Einar for me, fantastic. I love him. My favorite player. I'm giving him a solid 8 out of 10. Very good performance, and he had the harder of the task for me in that first half. He needs to learn to throttle it back at the end. This is just him, isn't it? And by the way, I got a super chat here from Curtis. It won't come up, Curtis, bro. Where is it? 1 second. Curtis says, with the $5, he goes, per usual, Sells 7, Einar 7, Milenkovic 8, Murillo 8, Williams 8, Sangare 9. Anderson 9, Hudson-Odoi 7, Gibbs White 8, Dan Doy 7, Wood 9, Igor 6, Jota 6, Yates 6, and a Nuno 7. That's like a full spoiler alert, man. Mine aren't too far off yours, Curtis. Shout out for you for that super chat. Let's see what you guys gave Ola Einar. And by the way, if you haven't yet done your player ratings, the link's pinned in the chat. It's a live update. As soon as you do it, it tallies all your scores up. You guys went a little higher than me with an 8.1. Interesting. These scores are too low, says Adam. Yeah, no, man. No, I disagree. 8 is a fantastic performance. Bro, if we got 8 out of 10 every single week from every single player, we win the league. Like 8 out of 10 sensational performances, in my opinion. But it's all subjective. Half score first game after the break, says Phil. One of the best performances I've ever seen from us on opening day. You know what, Owen? You are bang on, man. It's been a long time since we've won on the opening day. The likes are too low. The scores are solid. Brucey, I couldn't agree more, bro. I couldn't agree more. Shout out to Brucey. Okay, let's move on from Einar and talk about Milenkovic. I thought he had another solid game. There was one thing that sticks in my mind where I think it was Sharda kind of just got the better of him while he was sorting his feet out. 7 is an average. Yeah, 6 is an average performance. Anything above a 6 is a fantastic performance. I think out of the two, I enjoyed Murillo's performance more today. I thought Murillo's performance was very mature. That's taking absolutely nothing from the Serbinator. I think for me, the Serbinator, again, was a solid 8 out of 10, if I'm being honest with you. Just that one, and it wasn't even a big deal. Nothing came of it. But yeah, absolutely solid for me. 8 out of 10 for the Serbinator. You guys have gone 8.3. I'd say 8 is the right mark. But then again, I'm always right. You hear me? You hear me? Guys, please do get those likes up if you haven't already. If anyone wants to grab me a coffee, scan that QR code. Okay, let's move this on to Murillo. And for me, he was... When I say he was the better of all the defense, it doesn't mean... Don't take it the wrong way. It doesn't mean the defense was crap. But Murillo was just... It was so mature, his performance today. And that little bit of skill at the end was just so Brazilian. It was ridiculous. It really was. I'm actually... I'll spoiler alert. I'm going 9 for Murillo. I thought he was that good today. I just enjoyed that performance. Even in the air, I thought he was good. He got some headers away. Nice, solid clearing the ball away and what have you. But one of his best performances. It really was. I'm giving him a solid 9 out of 10. Fantastic performance for him. Did you guys go high? Wow, 8.5. That's a little harsh, guys. That's a little harsh. Who was better out of the two, in your opinion? Was it Murillo or Milenkovic? Put M... Wait, they're both M. Put MU for Murillo. Put MI for Milenkovic. Now, when we're saying this, we're just nitpicking. Like, we are in a luxurious position here. You hear what I'm saying? Where we got two phenomenal centre-backs. But if you had to pick who was the better one, for me, it was Murillo, but very, very slightly today. Yeah, or put MM if you think they were both as good as each other. MM if you think they were both as good as each other. I'm seeing quite a few MUs, a few MIs. I won't argue the toss with you, but I just feel that was a real professional performance from Murillo today. Okay, let's move on to Nico Williams. I thought he was exceptionally good in the first half, and then in the second half when he came up against... Who went out on the right? I can't even remember. I think he struggled a little bit. Not much. Not much. There's a lot of M&Ms in the chat. Slim Shadies and what have you. I don't think there was any defensive performance today that deserves anything less than an 8, in my opinion. But out of the 4, I just think... Look, he had a couple of chances as well. I thought he was very good going forward as well. Christoph, shout out to you for subscribing. My gut feeling feels like it was an 8 out of 10 performance, if I'm being honest with you. So I'm going to give him an 8. But I thought defensively, he was solid in the first half. Offensively, both halves, I thought he was pretty good. I still feel the issue of Nico Williams on that left-hand side is the kind of instinctive, I need to cut in on my right foot things. But honestly, brilliant again today. I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10. Let's see what you guys did. Ooh. I know it's only 0.1 less than I scored him, right? But that looks like a whole lot lower because it's in the 7s. It just... You know, it's a live count, so if anyone hasn't voted and they quickly get their votes in, you may push your lot's average up to an 8. I was close. I have it on 7.999. It would round up. It would round up. You guys are harsh, and then you come at me about being harsh. I hear that. I hear that. Okay. All right, fine. You had your chance to round it up. Get your votes in. It's still live. It's still live. Okay, let's move on into the midfield. And I swear to God, if any of you have an agenda against this man, it will be revealed today. Sangare's performance was sensational from the opening minute to the closing minute. I'm not even willing to mark him down for that penalty because I dispute the penalty. It came off his chest, which means the second action was on his arm, and they never gave us the penalty for a worse scenario in the first half. I hope, finally, this ends the whole debate for those Sangare versus Yates guys who think Yates should be starting ahead of Sangare. He brings a dynamic onto that pitch. And this is nothing against Yates, right? Brody's like, oh, you got Yates' agenda. No, my agenda is quite simple. I want to see the best players that we have on that pitch performing the way Sangare does. Yates cannot do what Sangare does. Yates cannot pass those crisp forward balls that Sangare did. And you know what? He nearly scored from 30 yards as well. He's close to a 10. I can't even lie to you. He's close to a 10. I'll mark him down half a point for the penalty, which was never a penalty. But his passing, and do you know what I love the most about him? Is that when he gets the ball, even if there's 2 or 3 players around him, he just finds a way to muscle them off, create a little space, and then find the pass. And that's what he does brilliantly, right? So I'm giving him a 9.5. Now, mine doesn't come up saying halves, but it's a 9.5. I swear to God, if you guys have scored him less than a 9, then I know there's still agendas out there. So let's see what you've scored him. But just before I reveal what you've scored him, let me check on the likes. Let me check on the like. We're on 240 likes. There's 1,000 of you in here. And we're on 240 likes. How are we not on at least 300 likes? You know what? I'm not revealing your Sangare score until we get to 300 likes. How'd you guys like that, right? So get those likes up. If you want to know what you guys scored Sangare, I need to see 300 likes. We're on 281. All right, we're now at 320. You see, you do know how to hit the like. Oh, when there's a little carrot I can dangle in front of you, suddenly you guys know how to hit the like button. All right. Why do I feel like I'm going to be disappointed with you lot? Here we go. Oh my. Oh my God. 8.6. 8.6. Wow. Curtis of the $5 says, no, you have a Yates agenda. Sangare is better hands down, but you can't help with the side comments when not needed. No other player gets that energy. Well, that's a lie, because I criticize any player who I think hasn't played well, and I praise any player who hasn't played well, bro. You just want to fixate yourselves on this whole Yates thing when there isn't there. He's not a good footballer. That's it. I'm sure he's a lovely guy. I've never met him, but I'm sure he's a lovely person. But Sangare is hands down the better player. Thank you for the $5, bro. Love you still. It is agendas, Jeff. How the hell have you lot gone 8.6 on Sangare? And you know what the funny thing is, right? You lot will probably vote him man of the match, yet you've given him an 8.6. That means loads of you voted like an 8 and a 7, by the way, because I'm seeing loads of you claiming you voted a 10 on there. So let the maths do the maths. Let the maths do the maths. Crazy. It's crazy. Anyway, let's move forward. Shout out to Heath with the 199. He says Tom's gonna have to hold that L on the Forest game. Who's Tom? Who's Tom, Heath? What have I missed? Appreciate the 199, but you're gonna have to tell me who Tom's is. And by the way, now all the claims are coming in about the 9s and the 10s and what have you. We'll see. Shout out to Josh for the 20 months as well. Absolute legend. Okay. I can't with you guys. I'm moving on. I can't. 8.6. 8.6. Anderson, brilliant today. Absolutely brilliant today. The assist was phenomenal. The work rates were phenomenal. Phil, shout out with the 32 months. Like, there's not much I can fault with Anderson's performance today. He just needs a goal. He just needs a few more goals this season, and he's an absolute baller. You lot are saying 10 for Anderson. I wouldn't go 10. I'd go, I think 9. I think 9 for Anderson. I still think Sangare was better. He did run the show, but for those of you who understand football, the reason he was able to run the show is because Sangare frees him up. He frees him up. So he's definitely a 9. That pass, as someone just said there, I think Marshy said it, that pass was beautiful for the assist for Wood. I've got no complaints on anything he did today. I'm giving him a 9. Let's see what you guys are saying. So you correctly gave him a 9, yet you gave Sangare an 8.6. I give up. I literally give up with you lot, man. I got nothing against you giving him a 9, by the way. And by the way, you exactly gave him a 9. So it probably means every single one of you gave him a 9, right? Pete, you can't say Sangare handled the ball when it wasn't a penalty. Big up to Phil. He said, top game, Sangare and Woody at their best. Bang on, bro. I think, to be honest, the whole team was bang on. Like, I do love that we're arguing about 9s and 8s and 10s and not 4s and 5s. Anyway, the agendas are real from you guys. Let's move forward. Dan Doy. Look, in general, I thought he was in and out of the game. This is going to sound negative, but it's not. I thought it was a very good debut performance. And of course, his goal was absolutely fantastic. Yeah, I hear it's just opinion, Graham, but when people come in my agendas, apparently, I'm firing back with their agendas. Overall, I don't think his full impact throughout the game was quite there yet. His performance for me was a 7, but with the goal, I'll give him an 8 because I really did enjoy seeing him score. So it's a 7 plus 1 for the goal. Maybe that's harsh. I don't know, but I like what I'm seeing from him. I think give him another 2-3 weeks, he's going to be brilliant. But Wolfie wasn't great today, says Brucey, but had flashes. Yeah, and that's what you expect, Brucey, on a debut performance. Do you know what I mean? And that goal's just going to release his confidence up and everything like that. So he's a 7/an 8 with the goal. I'll put him down as an 8 because I'm in such a good mood. Opinions are not agendas. I agree, Graham. I agree. You tell that to Curtis, man. You tell that to Curtis. All right, let's see what you guys went. I can't do this anymore, man. I can't do this, man. I can't do this. You know what this tells me, right? You lot are so biased towards goals. It's unreal. It's unreal. The fact that you gave him 0.1 less than Sangare, when, with all due respect to Dan Doy, I'm sure he would be the first to admit, you literally have Milenkovic clapping every time Sangare put a tackle in and put an exceptional pass together. But you guys are so asphyxiated with goals. I get it, because you haven't seen any since freaking last season, because we saw nothing in the preseason, right? But you guys have voted at 0.1 less than Sangare. I held you guys to a higher standard. I really did. Charlotte, don't give me that. Charlotte, don't give me those excuses. Don't give me those excuses, man. You guys are harsh, man. You guys are harsh. All right, fair enough. You went 8.5 on him. Let's move on. Gibbs White. Let's see who thinks. Oh God, he shrunk. What's happened, Morgan? He rises out from the snake pits and puts on a fantastic performance today. I thought Gibbs White was sensational today. I think his assist, how about this? I think his assist was better than Anderson's assist. The turn he had to do for that assist was brilliant. Big up NC, 8.6 for Sangare and Dan Doy, 8.5. Bro, I hear that, man. I hear that. It's crazy from these lot. Big up to you. Thank you so much for the $2. I'm going to give Gibbs White, I think he deserves a 9. You know what I liked about him? He was dropping in deep. Sometimes he was playing as the 6. Sometimes he was just picking it up off Milenkovic or Murillo and then starting to pass it out from there or drive it to the halfway line. And at other times, he was playing higher up, trusting in Sangare and Anderson behind him. But his assist is the standout moment for me. I really did enjoy his performance. I like it when he's moving up and down that pitch because he's hard to pick up as well. If they assigned, who did they have in midfield? I can't even remember. Let's just say they assigned Jordan Henderson to pick him up, man. He's going to create holes because when Gibbs White goes deep, Henderson will track him. It creates a pocket that Anderson can work in. When he goes higher up the pitch, it's creating another pocket that Sangare can work in. These all little intricate things that this midfield three did today was phenomenal. I'm giving him a 9. I'm giving him a 9. Now, all is not forgiven, by the way, because I still need my goal against Spurs, and then all is forgiven. But yeah, I'm giving him a 9. Let's see what you guys did. So you guys scored in 0.3 higher than Sangare. So Sangare, by your lot's logic, shouldn't even be on the vote for man of the match. I hear it. I hear it. I hear it. Okay, cool. All right, cool. I hear it. I hear it. Let's move on to Hudson-Odoi. Hudson-Odoi was brilliant, especially in the first half. He was the driving force on that left-hand side. He created a lot of good. What he did well is he forced the whole Brentford line to move back when he was just driving at them. I thought he was very good, but I do think not as impactful in the second half, I would say. But overall, very good performance from Hudson-Odoi. I still prefer him on the left-hand side. I thought he played really well. They did switch over for a little bit. It was only about 5 or so minutes. I think an 8 is a fair score for Hudson-Odoi for me. You guys said 8 for Hudson-Odoi as well. I can't really have a go at you because I gave him the same score. Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay. Who was next? Cristiano Woodinho. Where are you, Wood? Where are you? All right, Wood. Brilliant. Brilliant. 2 fantastic goals. I thought he works well as well in the game. Yeah, and I think he should have come off a bit earlier. Not because he was playing bad or anything. I just want him fresh for Crystal Palace. It's got to be a 9.5 on the goals. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving him a 9.5. The second finish. I don't know which goal was better. Guys, put 1 or 2 in the chat. Which goal was better? The instinctive one of the first one. I loved the finish. But the skill to go around Kelleher on the second is my kind of goal. I like the second one, I think, better. I'm going 9.5 for Wood. Near perfect performance. Man did his job, got 2 goals. Are you saying 2? So you tend to agree. A few ones in the chat. Yeah, 9.5 for me. You guys, 9.3. Okay. All right, not bad, not bad. We're close on the score. Okay, and then in terms of the substitutions, I can't even remember them. Who came on? Whoops. It was... Who came on, chat? Let me have a quick look. Jesus came on. I'll be honest with you, I don't think he impacted the game too much. Where is he? Jesus. I don't think he impacted the game too much, if I'm being honest with you. I thought he did okay, but nothing that caught my eye too much. I'll give him a solid 7 out of 10. I think he was okay. You guys went 6.5 for Jesus. I'm okay with that. Next on was Jota Silva. I thought Jota was okay when he came on. He looked busy. He was fighting around, making a bit of a nuisance of himself. I still don't fully rate him, I'll be honest with you guys. But I thought today he was okay. And he was busy, got a few tackles in. I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. Let's see what you guys did. I think that's a little harsh. I think out of the 3 subs, he was the most impactful for me. I'll give him a 7. And then you had Ryan Yates, wasn't it, chat, the last one? So let's bring up Yates. He didn't get a yellow card. I can give you that positive. I won't lie to you, when he came on, I was a little worried, but he did fine. No issues with what Yates did. I want to give him like a 1 just to annoy Curtis, but I'll give him a solid 6 out of 10. And you guys giving him a 6.27. Okay, and that leaves us with Nuno. So, look, Nuno got everything absolutely bang on for me, except the one thing that he had an issue with last season, that the subs were too late. Again, you could argue the subs were reactive, because he brought them on after the penalty. I think that's when Igor Jesus came on. Honestly, that's my only gripe. The subs were too late. I like the formation. I like the personnel. It's the exact team I picked on my preview. Absolutely no problems with it. I just want him to be a little sharper on the substitutions. Now, you can argue we were 3-0 up and comfortable, but my argument is it's the first game of the season. Keep the guys fresh. We got Palace coming up. We're going to have to get used to as well rotating the team within the game because we got a European campaign. There's going to be a lot of games played. Redirect cast. Yeah, I will do, bro. So it's important that we do that, okay? So I'm going to give him a 9 out of 10. I'm going to give him a 9 out of 10. It didn't end up costing us anything, but I am still wary of the timing of his substitutions. Okay, so that, and I'm not saying that in a negative way. Wow, you guys went 8.5 on him there. Is that a little harsh? I hear it. Are you guys agreeing with me on the subs or not? Maybe that's what it is. Okay, let's do man of the match. So obviously I can't put Sangare in because you lot hate him so much. So who are we putting in for man of the match? Like Anderson, Woods. By the way, Sangare is definitely going in. Sangare. And who else are we missing? Anderson, Woods, Sangare. Yeah, I'll put Gibbs White in. I'll put Gibbs White, okay? Those are your 4 choices. Get your votes in now. While you're doing that, I think Cass is live, isn't he? So I'll send you to Cass after so you guys control him when Arsenal start winning. So get your votes in. I'll give you 30 seconds to get your votes in. And then I'll tell you who I think man of the match should be. And I swear to God, if you lot don't agree with me, then we have problems. We have problems. Okay, at the moment on your votes, Sangare's winning just. No, oh my God, this is so tight. Sangare Anderson's caught up 36% each. Sangare now takes the lead on 38%. Wood in third place with 16%. And Gibbs White with 11%. Which way is this going to go? Oh my God, Anderson's overtaken. Oh my God, you guys are the agendas. The agendas right now. I'm giving you 10 seconds. You guys, oh, I can't believe what I'm seeing. I'm closing the vote in 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Your man of the match with 38% of the vote has gone to Anderson. But he played well. Agendas are real. Agendas are real. I've not got an Anderson agenda, you little freaking cheeky gits. I swear to God. Anderson agenda. You lot are just agenda central. You guys... I got nothing left to say. I did see his pass, and I hear that. But you gotta understand why players like that were allowed to make those passes, because you had a proper number 6 in the team doing a proper number 6 job. I'm speechless. I'm actually speechless. But I'm not. I don't have an issue with you giving it to Anderson. You guys are just doing it on purpose now. I don't know you a lot. Don't. Anyway, we're back at 8 o'clock with Grumpy Old Reds. I'm going to send you over to Cass. I think he's doing the United watch along. Just go in there and just type Tesco in his chat. It's going to wind him up. I just want to see Tesco spams in there. I'll be back at 8 o'clock. Curtis with the $2 says you are wrong 40% of the time every time. That's factually incorrect. Factually incorrect, because 60% of the time I'm right every single time. Shout out to you for the $2. Make sure you're in the Discord. We'll be back at 8 o'clock. Sangare agendas are real. Go spam Pesco in his chat. Come on, you Reds.